Okay, welcome to another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 8 battle. This is Late Antiquity Division A. I have the Bosporans with Roman allies versus my opponents, Bedouin Arabs with Byzantine allies. So, we'll take a look at my opponent's army first. It's got a respectable Lightfoot arm, 6 units and 1 unit of Auxilia archers. Its infantry is bad, basically. Maximum of 9 units, but if max, a lot of that would be pretty poor. Irregulars, Limatane, which are worth the 24 points, but still aren't very good. Bedouin foot. His best infantry is Legio Comitatensis, which, being darts, are not very good at charging. The strength of the Bedouin army and the Byzantine support as well is in light horse, namely lance-armed light horse, and cheap average protected lancers for 36 points, and non-light horse archers, both in the form of these cavalry and armored horse archers, but also Byzantine lancers, which are half lance, half bow. So I need to be prepared to fight a horde of cavalry. This battlefield is a bit interesting for that. I can either rush to seize these 3 hills in the center, or I can attempt to defend between these 2 forests. This would pretty much be completely blocked off. I would have to deal with movement to my left. I think we deploy between the 2 forests, but if it looks doable, we can push up to the hills. Normally, I prefer these earlier Imperial and Republican impact foot heavy infantry, but against a horde of lancers like this, a force of Legio Comitatensis with their darts, which are 200 POA against cavalry on defensive impact, would honestly be preferable. So we'll need a line of infantry, and since we don't have Comitatensis, we'll grab various mediocre legionaries. Maybe. I might end up deciding on lancers, but let's take our time with this. We'll certainly want archers and slingers and archers. Light javelin men to hold the forests. And more slingers. Along with light artillery, not heavy artillery, because I want the capacity to push forward. Noble lancers are superior. That's going to be good enough against a lot of the cavalry he'll be throwing at me. Okay, it's a fair amount of cavalry we're bringing along. Something like that. And we have 52 points left to spend. Get Roman auxiliaries. A couple of units of light cavalry. Or some non-light horse archers. I think an additional unit of nomad horse archers should do fine. You know, I am just lazily not even going to mess with our commands. Alright, that'll do. Alright, let's see that deployment. It's not much to go on, is it? I guess we need to send out some scouts and see if we can see anything. It's a little better. Okay. Interesting. We'll probably end up having to pick one direction to push. Thinking to the right and anchor on this forest, but we'll see. Next turn. Yeah, what the hell is going on here? What am I supposed to do about this? Can't really chase them down. Yeah, very confusing. I think I'm just gonna sit here for a turn. Next turn. Okay, I guess he's going to try to flank around. So we should push our irregular foot into this wood. Maybe our auxiliary archers into this built-up area with support from our cavalry. But pushing into the open to get surrounded is not an option. Next turn. Okay, looks like I might just get entirely encircled here. Maybe. I'm not sure if he's expecting me to march out to get still more surrounded, but that's just not going to happen. Might have a bit of a standoff. I'm unwilling to push out into the open. He's not really willing to push into this gap. But I really do think I would just be throwing my army away if I pushed into the open against that many horsemen, with so few horsemen of my own, with really no ability to attack them. I mean, the only way I can kill them is by shooting them and charging them with my few cavalry, and getting my skirmishers butchered in the open is not really the way to do that. Maybe we can invite some kind of cavalry battle on this wing. But to me, this is looking like a draw. Next turn. Let's see the maneuvering continue. If it continues. Okay. I don't know. I really don't see how this can turn into a battle. It would just be too stupid for me to venture out into the open, and of course it's very dangerous for him to charge into a prepared position. Next turn. Yeah, if he commits to fighting in one sector of the field, perhaps I would come out, but this sort of general surround type situation I'm not too keen on. Especially, yeah, so he was waiting for me to cut out so those could surprise me and join the fun. And who knows how much more of that sort of thing is going on. Okay, we'll shift these two light archers over as well. And it's good for now. I think I must play for a draw. I just don't think attacking is viable with an infantry-based army like this. I have a fair amount of cavalry, but I don't think I have enough that it would be safe to push out. But if he gets close enough that I can push forward and disrupt with artillery or light fire and then charge, I might consider it. Next turn of our presumably impending draw. Yes, it may be cowardly, but I think I'm going to make the offer to draw now. I just don't think I can come out. I mean, we'll inch forward a couple of tiles and see what happens, but I don't think very much is going to happen. There we go. Next turn. Looks like he's not going to take the bait, understandably, so we'll turn our cavalry around and fill this gap here. Even more cavalry. Right then. Turn around. Let's not get our skirmishers killed. How about? Might as well seize this village. It's not like a big surprise that I had lights in there after all. Keep these last two hidden and shift these over, however. And maybe, well, might as well keep these in position for now. Still looking like a draw to me. Next turn. Right then. Let's see. 5 units. We could probably hold it with 3. Very good. We'll work on taking this hill. not really worth the ammo. Next turn. Ouch. We're spread a bit thin over here. There's gaps in our line that could be dangerous. Held firm. They're above average, but they're generaled up. So I might just sit here for now. This unit anyway. Don't want to get shot at. I don't really want to charge either, but I think I need to. That's fine, it'll take him time to get into position to kill these guys. Right, irregular foot. What to do with you? Zone of control lock, the cavalry. Alright, next turn. Ouch. We're gonna get those let down to light horse through. We're not looking forward to that. Not quite hitting them. Give them a shove. Just get shot at. That's your job now. It's a waste, but we need to free up this infantry unit. No, never mind. No, we don't want to do that. Yep, now it's going to get very dangerous. Helps a little bit. Good. Come on, catch them too. Yes, damn you. Light cavalry. Why not the camels as well? Very good. Alright, that evened things out a bit, although we'll still lose this Lancer unit. Next turn. Well, this is bad. But let's do what we can here. Oh, don't be like that. We're gonna lose this unit then. Oh. Interesting. Shove them off. I was hoping they'd like invade here so then we could pursue it to them, but it was not to be. Nothing you can do. As well face your death. Yeah, we can't auto break them either. Strange battle. Very mobile. Next turn. Four rallies in one turn. Very helpful for you. Nice. Now we're starting to suffer from moving out of our solid position. It's not necessarily over or anything. But it is going to get pretty rough. Damn. This unit's gonna get rear charged then. Off you go. Do we dare? Yep. Good. Alright. Next turn. This is getting ugly. Should have stood my ground instead of spreading out like this. I mean, it's hardly over, but it's not looking good. Helps a little bit. But we're still going to lose all three of these units, and I don't really know what I'm going to do. We're going to lose all 4 units. Brutal. Well, General's not likely to survive anywhere, but try there. Ah, damn. Ouch. I'm gonna lose this one pretty bad, I think. Next turn. It's getting very ugly. Maybe. Oh. That doesn't help us very much then. Can either save these nomad horse archers and lose these archers. It's not really great. It's all quite horrible. We'll lose the cavalry. Very good. Into the forest. Well, maybe not. Maybe keep them locked in. To the forest if you can. I wonder. Good. Keep this unit locked in with our skirmishers so we can either auto break them or flank charge break them. We will unfortunately get this unit flank charged. I guess I could try to prevent that by moving here, but they'll just charge in and then pursue into us anyway, most likely. Yeah, I don't think I can save this unit. But we might be able to auto break both of these through other means anyhow. We'll take the risk that we'll at least hold for one turn. Next turn. Come back. They're so far away. Yep. Ouch. And ouch. Well, hopefully they'll chase me off the map at least. Alright, what will the loss of 4 units do to my route percent? Well, it's in we go in any case. Close to auto break. What is the auto break point on these? They have to lose 7 more men. Not quite. It's almost bad that we held out there, to be honest. Oh! There we go. Suppose I got my wish. First we hit them. Get it, auto... No. He has to lose 1 more man. How obnoxious. Alright. Good. Now we're up. But how are we going to get another 6%? Good. If he charges this unit, he'll then charge this unit, and even if he catches them, he might catch them in a way that he's in the charge arc of our auxilia. Granted, it's kind of a risky maneuver. Let's block them in. I think it's worth exposing our irregulars to a bit of danger. We'll break that unit, we'll lose that unit. We can break this unit as well, and he doesn't get rallies, that's a win. Otherwise, it's going to get very dangerous as more cavalry returns to the fray. Triari says, my luck is holding. Well, let's hope so. $51 to $54. Lock them in. Get on that slope. And do a bit of damage. Huh. Break them. That is too bad. But I don't think they'll get away, nevertheless. This rear charge could prove dangerous. Alright, what are we to do here? Could do that, but then I risk losing them next turn to the charge, so instead we'll shuffle out of the way and keep harassing. I didn't charge because then he could have engaged with the armored horse archers and then hit me in the flank. So it's still very close. I am hoping to take care of this unit next turn at least. Alright, next turn. Wish they would have come back sooner. Oh, not you. Good. We need to get them out of there. There we go. Now these archers will get overrun. Lock them in. Good. Should not have charged here. This unit's gonna hit us in the rear. Mistakes were made. Yeah, that was rather bad. Although, perhaps they would have charged us in the rear, we would have turned to face and then we would have got attacked in the flank, both flanks next turn anyway. So, with 3% to go, we can only hope to break this unit before we lose 9%. And we could lose 9%. Next turn. This will be quite bad. Hold firm, that's something. Okay. Ouch. I suppose it would be too much to ask for another rally right now. Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Good. We might be able to break them without charging, save the infantry for something else. Good. See if you can break them on contact. Good. We hold firm. What are you at? 170 men? Pretty far from breaking then. And you? Also. Well, it's something we can work on at least. Stay alive. Good enough. You too. Ugh. Good enough though. Because now we can start peppering this cavalry. Now what? I think turn to try to hit these armored horse archers in the flank. Oh yes, you. Right. If he fails to rally, we win. If he does rally, we'll probably lose by losing this unit. So it's in the hands of the dice now. And the end. Trier says, think you will find the luck favored you, especially at the end there. I mean, that may or may not be true. Win or lose, I prefer to concentrate on the things that were within our control rather than luck. And maybe I'll post about that elsewhere later. But looking at this game specifically, Trier chose an army composition that I could not push fully into the open against. So then he did the honorable thing and attacked me. That being said, my play wasn't entirely passive. This space was too long to defend entirely, so I did push out on the right. And keeping enough men on the right to do so meant spreading myself thin here. Not a solid line, and Trier used sort of a hammer of a large number of units to box his own units in when they made contact so that he could push through the gaps and get flank attacks, and he did so very effectively. His downfall, I think, was this forest, combined with the fact that the Bedouin cavalry are not armored. So I was able to get a fair number of auto breaks just because he couldn't really charge in here with cavalry. He mentioned a instance of luck earlier in the game where I took out 3 units of Bedouin light horse with a single charge. I'm pretty sure it was 2 and not 3. I'm too lazy to go back and check the footage now. But in any case, whether it was 2 or 3 units, clearing the field a little bit of these light horse enabled my light foot to maneuver in the open with a little bit less danger to force those auto breaks on the Bedouin cavalry. This archer unit deserves a special shout out too for hanging out in this village and inflicting severe casualties before moving out. In terms of luck, I think it is true that this unit holding and this unit rallying prevented me from losing at the end. Luck plays its part throughout the game, though, not just in the ways that we immediately notice or are most dramatic, so I'm not too concerned with that. That being said, this game could have gone to either of us, so as a result, I don't think his attacking was a wrong choice. I don't feel like throwing away the guaranteed draw was a mistake on his part. If anything could be said to have been a mistake, perhaps he would have been better off sort of engaging here and here along this line instead of trying to slip through here. I don't think he gained too much ultimately from breaking through along this flank, and I would have been stretched pretty thin. Not to mention a push along the center here would have avoided the huge amount of missile fire he got from here and here. Now, he would have taken some certainly from this forest and this forest, but I don't think it would have been as heavy. But it's hard to say if that would have changed the game at all. Finally, in terms of army composition, I think maybe I should have gotten more cavalry. I don't think my infantry served me too well. Although they were cheap, I stretched them out too thin so he's able to break their zones of control and charge through and flank them. Maybe more lancers would have been the answer, although that would have meant a smaller army. So, a good game to Terrari, and he should enjoy getting his very thorough revenge on me in our classical game.